So purchasing a Cricut can be a big decision. All the different machines, materials, and tools can be so confusing. How do you know which one is right for you if you're not even sure which materials each Cricut can handle? Well, I can help you. Hello everybody, Jennifer Maker here. It's a beautiful day to learn what a Cricut machine can actually do. Whether you've purchased a Cricut already or you're still in the early stages of research, starting your Cricut journey is both exciting and a little intimidating. So today I want to inspire you to take your first steps by showing you some amazing crafts that you can make from my huge library of projects. First, let's meet all of the awesome Cricut cutting machines. As you can see, they come in a range of sizes. We've got the smaller Cricut Joy and the Cricut Extra, which are still compact but very powerful. And then we have the larger Explorer series machines and the Maker series machines, which have more tools and capabilities. And then there's one that's even bigger, the Venture, which handles extra large projects like a pro. What exactly do these machines do? First and foremost, no matter which model you have, a Cricut is primarily a cutting machine. The default fine point blade that comes with every Cricut is capable of cutting through hundreds of materials with precision. There are also additional blades and tools available to expand your machine's capabilities. We'll cover machine and tool compatibility later in this video, but here are some tools you'll come across most often. Scoring tools, such as the scoring stylus, create crease lines in things like paper for easier folding. There's also a variety of pens and markers for writing and drawing in lots of fun colors, as well as a rotary blade for cutting all sorts of fabric. Occasionally, you'll also see foil transfer tips, the engraving tip, the deep point blade, the knife blade, and a few others. Now let's talk about materials. Not every machine is compatible with every material, which I totally get can be confusing at first. Luckily, I have a set of free labels to help you keep track of the most popular options, and I'll have details on how to make these labels later in this video. But for now, you can download them for free at jennifermaker.com/731. So here are a few of my favorite materials to work with: cardstock, permanent vinyl, iron-on vinyl, which is also known as heat transfer vinyl or HTV, infusible ink sheets, which is a form of sublimation, faux leather, and bonded fabric such as craft felt. There are hundreds more materials, including sticker paper, leather, balsa wood, all sorts of fabrics, and yes, even metal too. A Cricut can do loads of amazing things, but it does have some limits. For instance, a Cricut machine cannot print for you. It doesn't have an ink tank or take ink cartridges. A Cricut cutting machine also can't be used for heat pressing. You can use it to cut materials that are heat activated, but you need a separate heating device to bond them to your desired surface. Now let's get into the fun part, all the cool stuff you can make with a Cricut. You can find all of these projects in my free library at jennifermaker.com/library. I'll put the links to each project page up on the screen as I talk about them, as well as in the description below this video. Let's start with our cardstock projects. Any Cricut can cut cardstock, even the fancy kinds. Layered cardstock shadow boxes are one of my favorite crafts. A Cricut can easily cut cardstock layers with intricate designs. Then you just stack them in a shadow box to make a 3D scene. I usually add double-sided adhesive foam tape between the layers to add depth and dimension. These home and love shadow boxes really show off just how intricate and precise you can get with your cuts. Look at all of those little details in the letters. Could you imagine doing this by hand? It would take forever to do, but the Cricut machine handles it in a matter of minutes. And for a really stunning look, you could even create backlit shadow boxes by adding LED lights, like I did for my floral and butterfly designs. They're simple, elegant, and so easy to make. Banners are also a simple paper craft project that you can make with your Cricut. These paper bunting banners layer pieces of shimmer, glitter, and foil cardstock, which your Cricut can cut really easily. Assemble them with a little bit of adhesive and string them up with ribbon or yarn for a festive addition to any celebration. Greeting cards are another simple but fun cardstock project, especially since you can cut and layer cardstock to create gorgeous multicolored designs. They're just as polished as any store-bought card, but with your own personal touch. These side edge cards are absolutely stunning and so easy to make. You only need 2 sheets of cardstock for most of these designs, including this fabulous peacock. So these are perfect for busy days when you want to get some crafting in, but don't have a lot of time. Treat holders and boxes are also super fun to make. Aren't these snowflake candy holders just so pretty? Use your Cricut to cut regular, glitter, and foil cardstock shapes for the sides and accents. Then assemble them in one of 3 ways to hold a piece of round candy, like a chocolate truffle or a lollipop. Lanterns and luminaries are always gorgeous projects that I love putting together. This light up bunny made from inexpensive items found at the Dollar Tree is ready to hop in and light up your room. You can make the accessories almost entirely out of cardstock, but I like to use adhesive vinyl for the face details. And speaking of vinyl, I have some fun vinyl projects for you too. If you're just starting out, adhesive vinyl decals are a great way to practice weeding away vinyl that isn't part of your final design. They're good practice for using transfer tape too. Every Cricut can cut adhesive vinyl. Start with decals that are one color for something quick and simple, like these uplifting vinyl mirror messages. I have a free collection of message designs all ready to cut, so you can get started right away. You can even try layering multiple colors of vinyl for an awesome vinyl phone case design, like these. What a great way to personalize your phone, in my opinion. Plus, my designs can be resized to fit any phone model. Heat transfer vinyl, or HTV, can be a very satisfying material to cut on your Cricut, especially when paired with Cricut's precision cutting. Just remember that HTV requires a separate heating source, such as a household iron or a Cricut Easy Press. I've always had a lot of fun making iron-on vinyl t-shirts. They're easier to make than they look too. Your Cricut will cut the design from your HTV, and then you just weed away the excess that you don't want, press it, and voila! You have a snazzy t-shirt with a fun saying. You can even make layered HTV designs, like I did with these food t-shirts. Layering the vinyl makes it really easy to create colorful designs. Plus, you don't have to worry about lining up the pieces along cut edges. Iron-on vinyl works on tons of materials and surfaces, even if they've been painted. So I used HTV labels for these colorful board game boxes. If your board games are taking over your home, these are a great way to organize and store them. And with 3 different sizes, you'll have plenty of space for all of your pieces. HTV can be applied to tons of cool things. So once you've mastered the basics, the sky's the limit. These next few projects use Infusible ink sheets, which are a super easy way to start sublimation without investing in a printer, since the ink is pre-printed for you. The colors dye polymers, making the result smooth and permanent. So you can cut the ink sheets with your Cricut to create Infusible ink bookmarks. And like HTV, it does require a heat source, like a Cricut Easy Press, to transfer the ink into your surface. And though the sheets look dull at first, once you press them, the colors are bold and vibrant. The same techniques can also be used to make cute Infusible ink tote bags. These designs are a little larger, so make sure your heat press is big enough to cover the entire design for the best color transfer. You can even combine solid sheets with pattern sheets to create fun outdoor decorations, like I did with these aluminum wind spinners. Just cut the 2 halves from pre-inked paper, your Infusible ink paper, right, with your Cricut, and then press with a flat heat source. I love using faux leather to create cute fashion accessories, like these faux leather bracelets with cool patterns. These ones are measured to fit your wrist, and they have a snap so they don't fall off. Pretty neat, right? They also make great gifts and are always such an attention getter, because people are always like, how did you make that, right? It's so fun to be able to say, I made it myself with my Cricut. If you like really pretty shimmery things, I think you'll enjoy these foiled mandala letters too. To get the shiny details inside the letters, you'll need a special foiling tip. Each Cricut has its own foiling kit to create stunning designs, and you can even foil on materials other than cardstock. Aren't these faux leather earrings just gorgeous? Your Cricut machine is also capable of cutting bonded fabric, such as craft felt, so you can make these adorable embroidered felt coasters using any model of Cricut. I'll even show you how to hand stitch the borders and attach the accent pieces. What a super cute resting spot for your tea or coffee. All the projects I've shown you so far can be made with any Cricut, from the Joy to the Explorer to the Maker to the Adventure, using the default premium fine point blade that comes with your machine. However, some materials, tools, and techniques only work with particular models. For example, there are hundreds of types of fabric that can be cut using a rotary blade, but the rotary blade only works with the Maker machines. So this adorable DIY apron that I am wearing right now is just one of many fabric projects that you can make using your Cricut Maker. I used my Cricut Maker to cut the fabric for the heart pockets, and it was so much easier than doing it by hand. You'll often see cardstock projects that call for a scoring tool to help create folds, like these pop-up letter cards that rely on folds to make the letters stand out. There aren't any scoring tools for the Cricut Joy and the Joy Extra, but you can still make these cards on the Joys by using a fine point blade to make dashed cut lines. I add workarounds like this whenever possible so I can offer Joy and Joy Extra versions for as many projects as I can. Cricut can be used to make these wine bottle serving trays with vinyl decals too. To make yours from a thin wood like balsa wood or basswood, you'll need a knife blade, which is only compatible with the Maker series. Or you can cut them from wood veneer using an Explorer and the deep point blade instead. These are perfect for anyone who likes to entertain. The Maker machines are able to engrave thicker, more solid materials such as acrylic to make these engraved acrylic nightlights. The engraving tip does a wonderful job of carving super intricate details into the material. Just look at how bright the details are when the acrylic is placed on an LED light base. I do want to offer a caveat, however, especially when it comes to cutting wood and cutting other thicker materials. I wouldn't say the Cricut Maker is the best machine in the world to cut wood. If you really want to just cut wood on its own, you're probably going to want a laser cutter instead. But if you want to do really thin woods and have some patience, then the Cricut Maker can do it. Also, keep in mind that the Cricut Maker cannot cut acrylic at all. Okay, so you could engrave on acrylic, but you can't cut acrylic. Now, earlier I mentioned the free Cricut material labels I designed for you to keep track of all of the different materials your machine can cut. This is a print then cut project, so it can be made on all of the Cricut models except the original Cricut Joy. It does work with the Cricut Joy Extra though. Only the Cricut Joy can't do print then cut, so you know. If you're a Joy user, you can print your label on sticker paper using Google Docs and then use a paper trimmer or scissors to cut it down to size. To make your label using one of the other Cricut machines, I'm going to show you how to do it. So begin by uploading my free design file to Cricut Design Space and resize the label to fit on your machine. You can send the design directly to your printer from Design Space to print on sticker paper. Then load the sticker paper onto a green standard grip machine mat and use your Cricut to cut out the label. For a full list of supplies and detailed instructions, plus the free files, head on over to my blog at jennifermaker.com/731. Once your label is printed and cut, you can just peel away the backer and apply the sticker to your machine for a handy reference. In fact, stickers are one of the things that a Cricut does really, really well. Would you like to design your own custom label to keep your machine info handy? Because that's super useful. And I can show you how to add, format, and arrange text to add details to your design in my advanced program at jennifermaker.com/advance. My step-by-step workshop teaches you how to use Cricut Design Space's features to create a beautiful print then cut label for any Cricut machine. And my advanced program is really all about taking your crafting skills to the next level. And it's perfectly appropriate for Cricut beginners as well as veterans. So in advance, you'll learn how to create unique, one-of-a-kind designs with step-by-step workshops and fully customizable templates. Members also enjoy exclusive early access to my huge library of designs, projects, and resources. You can craft to your heart's content in an easy-to-use, ad-free learning environment designed to inspire and empower your creativity. And if you're looking to get connected with others who like to make things too, there are over 15,000 passionate crafters just like you who have already joined our community. Together, we do monthly challenges that stretch our skills and our brains and our imaginations. And whether you're perfecting your skills or discovering new techniques, the advanced program is designed to help you shine. Now, enrollment may or may not be open when you see this, so don't wait. Visit jennifermaker.com/advance to learn more and see how you can join today. We can make amazing things together. Look at all of these amazing things that you can make with your Cricut. There are so many things, I cannot even fit them all into this video. Like literally, everything is like overflowing and falling off. So many things, you will be amazed. I know I was when I first got my Cricut. I'm like, I can make that? I can make that? I had no idea, actually. You can find all of these projects and so many more in my extensive library of free files and tutorials. It's over at jennifermaker.com/library. And starting out with simple projects like the ones that I've shown you today will help you get used to your Cricut. And once you get more comfortable, you can get creative with nearly endless material and technique combinations. I've been talking about Cricut and sharing my Cricut adventures for over 8 years now, and I have not run out of stuff to make. And we've really only made a dent in the list of materials that Cricut can cut. You will be amazed. I'm always amazed what I can do. Now, if you're still on the fence about buying a Cricut and need more information before deciding which one to purchase, I can help you out. Check out my free and handy machine guide over at jennifermaker.com/which Cricut should I buy. It compares all of the models so you know exactly what you're getting with each one, because there's a different one for everybody. There's no perfect one. If you ask me which one I think you should get, I'll ask you what you need to do, right? But do you have a Cricut already and you just need a little bit more information about how to use your machine, tools, and software? I get you. My free Cricut Kickoff course will teach you how to set up and connect your machine, as well as how to get started with Cricut Design Space. And when you're ready to take your Cricut crafting to the next level, the Advance with Jennifer Maker program will be waiting for you with tons of workshops, cheat sheets, and other super helpful resources. And of course, if you want to do all these cool things, but don't have a Cricut machine yet, I got you there too. I do a regular giveaway over on my blog at jennifermaker.com/Cricut giveaway. Get all the details and enter for your chance to win. And I also want to note that I'm not at all ever sponsored by Cricut. I just am a huge Cricut fangirl and I love to tell the world about it. So no one ever pays me to talk about anything I ever do. I only talk about things I think are actually cool. So my advice is unbiased, right? Completely unsponsored. And I think Cricut is a super cool machine. It changed my life. It might change yours too. All right, so if you have any Cricut or craft-related questions that you think I can help you with, please let me know. Just leave your question below this video or ask over in our awesome Cricut Crafters group at jennifermaker.com/Cricut Crafters. And if you make any of these projects, I would love it if you would share a photo with us over in our group. It makes me know that I've helped you and it made a difference for you. Plus it inspires others to make things too. And I can't wait to see what you create first. And that's it for today. Until next time, this is Jennifer Maker reminding you to craft a life you love.